Hey guys, it's Scott from Horse Racing Daily, and today's video is going to be the three horses I like in the 2022 Saratoga Derby tomorrow at Saratoga. And I want to go against Classic Causeway. I'll start off by saying that I think Classic Causeway was the beneficiary of being able to set a slow pace on a turf course that was playing very fast that day. As you can see, they ran 23:55, 48:02, 1:12:33, 1:36:27 for 1:59:99, which is pretty fast for a mile and a quarter. And I don't think Classic Causeway is going to get away with that same comfortable pace this time. And I don't think the turf course tomorrow will be playing as fast. I mean, that's it's tough to tell how the speed is going to play up until race day and they run on it. But I just don't see it playing any faster than it was on this day at Belmont. And in the three runnings of the Saratoga Derby since they started this Turf Triple Crown series, the horses that have won the Belmont Derby have yet to come back to win the Saratoga Derby. So that's an interesting angle you want to look at. So I'm going to play against Classic Causeway. You're not going to get a very good price on them compared to last time. And I'm going to start with the three horses I will be playing. I'm going to try to look for a little bit of a couple of new shooters, and I'm going to lean towards Todd Pletcher. And the first one's going to be Annapolis. And Annapolis was really good as a 2-year-old. Broke his maiden and then won the Grade Two Pilgrim at Belmont. And then he came back in June and got second in the Penn Mile. And then in the Manila, he finally got back on track. And in that Penn Mile, that was like an 83-1 that ended up winning that race. But that was his first start back, and Annapolis looked a lot better in his second start. So I think if he can take a step forward, he can certainly be a major player in the Saratoga Derby. And I think he can get the distance. A lot of the distance only been a mile and 16th and a mile. He'll be stretching out, further than he has before. But I still think he's not going to have any issue getting it. So you're going to get pretty decent odds, I'd imagine, maybe, 5, 6 to 1. And that'll be a good enough price for me to potentially have a win bet on him. And that brings me to my second horse, and that's going to be Emmanuel. And I wasn't super thrilled with the Panine Ridge Stakes, as Emmanuel kind of had the same setup like Classic Causeway did a little bit for the Belmont Derby, but without the same type of, without the turf course playing as fast. But I do think Emmanuel might be one of those good Pletcher horses that can, move over to turf and, certainly do some damage. And Emmanuel was supposed to run in the Belmont Derby, but they scratched him at like the very last minute of the race, like so close to race time that Pletcher actually got, fined for that. So it'll be interesting to see how Emmanuel's going to come back. But he'll be a new shooter into this race that I'm interested in playing. And I think you're going to see decent odds, maybe about the same as Annapolis, possibly, 7, 8 to 1. Maybe I think some people might sour on Emmanuel a little bit after, some of the negative publicity for Pletcher in the, out of the Belmont Derby with Emmanuel. But nonetheless, if he's a good price, I'm going to be playing him. And that's going to bring me to, a horse that I do like out of the Belmont Derby that could potentially win. And that's Stone Age. And Stone Age is by Aiden O'Brien. It's got Peter Brandt, Michael Tabor, very good ownership group. And in the Belmont Derby, I thought he got a terrible ride. Horse got shuffled, back to second to last. And then he had a knife through horses coming around the turn. And by the time he could really start running, there was just too much to make up and too much, to have to get done to be able to catch Classic Causeway. Just everything goes away. And I think if, you get a faster pace and a better trip, Stone Age could certainly, be there. And you're going to get a good price on him because of the third place finish. And it even helps the race before he got a sixth place finish. But you got to remember, too, that race was also going a mile and a half. And this will be a mile and 3/16. So it'll be, certainly a whole different, ball game when it comes to the distance. And, that's the three horses I'll be playing tomorrow in the Saratoga Derby. They got a big race day on tap. You got the Test Stakes, the Whitney, the Saratoga Derby, and then also got the West Virginia Derby. So very good day of racing. Everybody can win a bunch of money tomorrow. And thanks for watching, guys. More to come.